Welcome to Project 308. My name is Lou Trottier, and that gorgeous piece of machinery is my 1978 Ferrari 308 GTS. So this is your first time here. Basically, this is the story of me taking this car that was slated to be a parts car. It was not much more than a mishmash of parts, some from here, some from there, a little bit of everywhere, missing more than I can possibly imagine or could have imagined at that point in time. But hey, life's a journey, right? Here's my journey. So when I pulled the motor out, these pieces all fell out. So these are original. I'm pretty sure that arrangement is not original. We're looking at the mounting system here. We can see that the exhaust, which is sitting right here, is being squished right there by the alternator. That means the front of the engine has to come up. This one's 22-ish. Depending on what diagram I look at, it looks to me like these are for the rear of the engine. So I've got two stacks of these, one of these. So if I'm pointing the car at the front of the car is that way, I've got a system like this, 4 mounts, spacer. When I price out these simple little collars, they're coming up at about 50 bucks US each, which by the time I convert to Canadian and ship it and everything is literally probably $170, $180 for a couple hunks of metal. So I'm gonna make them myself. So from the people who have responded to my request, 22 millimeters is a standard number, and then 2 millimeter washer. So I'm just going to try and make a piece out of this, 2 pieces, 24 millimeters each. As always, thank you for joining me in this journey. But if you've been wondering where I am, don't you remember? I've got a backyard that needs finishing, a pool that needs installing. But look, hey, I made it.
Nick, come for a second.
Yeah. So probably by Monday we have everything there.
Can you cramp just nice and slow?
Say that again?
Just
Crank it up?
yeah, crank it just everything. Keep going.
Yeah.
A little more. A little more. Okay.
A little more.
Up a bit more.
Up?
Up, yeah. A little more. Okay.
Okay. Kind of popped on me there.
Uh-huh.
Seen it kind of pop up there. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not sitting great.
There's not a lot back here too nice.
Huh?
Well, I'm just talking to myself.
You're trying to get YouTube famous again?
No. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's got a GoPro underneath.
Oh, I see it over there. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, go back up.
Sorry.
Okay, stop up.
Misinterpretation.
come down ever so slightly for me. Okay, pull it forward about 12 inches towards the back of the car.
Back towards me?
Yeah. Keep going. I need it to go right here. Okay.
About to bolt up the front header, that's the firewall side, and I remembered I ordered some studs for the head because a lot of the studs were missing and they were just using these bolts. And then of course I found my studs and I go, I'm such a freaking dum-dum because I should have put these in when the motor was out and it was easy to get to, but of course I forgot.
Man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Well, just as a bit of a tip, you know there are things called stud installers and stud removers, but sometimes you don't have room for them. So what do? Well, you lock two nuts together on the stud. Works like a charm.
Maybe. Oh. Alright, the header's on now. I gotta bolt it. Basically sitting underneath the car.
First. But why? But Nick, you've got your 15 minutes plus now.
Lou, I just think you're jealous because I can fit in here.
Because you can fit in there?
Yeah, my whole entire body fits in here. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where the bolts are. There it is. It's at the top one, right?
Second tube, top bolt.
Second tube, top bolt. Okay, I had it and I lost it. Give me a second here.
And you thought I was kidding.
Well, oh, there it is.
Nick, 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 Nick. Hi, Nick.
What's that?
Look up here. Look up.
Dude, I fit perfectly in here. It's almost like they made Ferraris for Nick's to work on them.
So Nick heard me complaining and bitching, so he came over with his little man fingers. And he said he would help me out. Snug is not sufficient.
Come on, give it one big Nick Love moment. Yeah, oh, let me see those muscles flex.
I'm here all week, try the deal.
Oh, come on, put a little oomph on it.
Thank you. Alright, so the rear, I call it the rear, I guess it's technically the front. The header against the firewall is now installed. And it was, you know, there's about 3 bolts, 3 nuts that are really tough to get to. One of them being excruciating. But the rest are, but it's done. When I initially took a look at this a couple years ago, I said, oh, there's one ripped CV boot. I'll just order one kit and replace it. And then my philosophy of the whole car has kind of changed, and instead of repairing the car, I'm kind of doing everything. So I've ordered 3 more kits. Gonna change them all. So while I'm technically not rebuilding these shafts, I'm just sort of cleaning them and refurbishing them, I gotta say, this is probably the only thing on this car that is stinking easy. The reason I'm punching this right now is just to mark it from the inside to the outside. That's all, I just don't want to mix them up.
Biggest time, did we not have any Varsol in this place?
There should be one at the bottom, no?
Yeah, but
Oh, no. There wasn't a bottle of it down here.
well, this tank needs to be serviced.
Yeah, it needs to be changed.
So on to the next problem. This washer goes right here. Stops that from moving past there. I mean, I don't think it could move past there without it. But when I did this side, I remembered that I didn't see a washer on that side, so I've double checked that washer for being there, and it's not there. So that shaft over there had a washer in each one. This one has it here, but there's none there, so I'm going to have to make one of these. Alright, I'm going to come up to my office upstairs. I'm going to use this side as the donor part, and we'll go into a program called Fusion 360, and we will create a digital file so that I can cut it out on my CNC plasma table. Alright, just going to measure this piece up. I got an inner diameter of 31 millimeters, and I have an outer diameter of 45 millimeters. I have been asked many times about 3D printing and plasma table cutting. Basically, you have to learn a new skill, and that is CAD of some form or another. I always suggest get yourself a cheap 3D printer and then learn a software package. The one that I happen to use is Fusion 360. There is a free version of it for home users like myself. The learning curve is steep, I'm not going to lie. But if you go to a website called Yegi or Thingiverse, I'll put them on the screen, you can download 3D print projects, you can start printing and making stuff, and then as you become more familiar you can start making modifications, which eventually leads into building your own parts. The piece I'm building today is super easy. It'll probably take me 4 or 5 minutes to design, and hopefully 10 or 15 minutes to set the table back up and cut the part out and have a piece in my hand. But I'll show you the procedure. So right there, right now, I basically just got a 2D diagram of the washer. You can see it right there. I'm going to convert it to CAM language and meet you downstairs. Alright, well, that's the other side. This is my new part. Looks like it fits okay. This is going to take me a while. Alright, so right here I have left this drive shaft free. I'm not going to put it in because the muffler actually goes through there, and if the drive shaft is in, the muffler won't fit through. So I remember that from when I took it apart. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to put the rear header on now, because now that the drive shafts are tight on the inside, it's easier to get the drive shafts in. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's a little bit easier to get the drive shafts in without the manifold there. So manifold now.
Alright, having a problem right here. That needs to drop down. And I gotta go down there and my emergency brake's in the way. I don't remember it being difficult to get off, but must have had that. I must not have had the emergency brake mechanism on when I took it apart. You can swear all you want, buddy.
As always, thank you for watching Project 308. I appreciate it. I appreciate your likes, comments, and hey, how about a subscribe? If you've watched this far, of course, maybe consider giving me a subscribe, because I'd love to get over 10,000 subscribers. You know, it would really make my ego feel just a wee bit better. A wee bit.